Well, Pittsburgh and Las Vegas are both coming off losses heading into their Week 6 matchup. The Raiders got off to a hot start against the Broncos before fizzling out, while the Steelers had another slow start and just couldn't catch up. It's time to send it back to Bob and Coach one final time for the keys to the game presented by your neighborhood Ford store. Guys.
Hey, Missy, thanks very much. When you play the Raiders, you look for big plays out there. We saw a few last year that helped your cause. Who will you dial up this year offensively to look at to try to take advantage of their defense?
Well, if I told you that, I'd have to kill you. No, all of our eligibles are capable. We're intentionally aggressive in a lot of areas, and distributing the ball to multiple eligibles is just a component of that. There's strategy and counter strategy. That ball we got down the field last year to Calvin for 71 yards was born out of their desire, for example, to minimize George. We knew in pressure packages that they would lean their free safety toward George a year ago in an effort to minimize one-on-one matchups down the field with him. And so we got Calvin on the opposite side of the field and got him in a one-on-one matchup and took advantage of that open space. And that's what I mean when I say that all our eligibles have our attention, because there is a strategic and counter strategy component to these discussions that you really don't know how they play out until you're there, but you better be prepared for a lot of those scenarios.
Minkah Fitzpatrick's always a big part of anything. He's near the ball all the time, but we haven't seen the splash plays that we saw in his first year here. What has to happen to get him more involved from those kind of game-changing plays?
Just keep playing, and a lot of it has to do with, how the game unfolds. Sometimes when you're up and people have to take calculated risks in an effort to get back into the game, it creates opportunities down the grass, particularly for center fielders and safeties. That's a component of it, but also a component of it is just simply playing. I laugh sometimes when I get questioned about his lack of productivity, say from a year ago when he missed 8 or 9 games. That's a component of the discussion as well. Just simply snap exposure. Minkah's a quality player. Nothing has changed with snap exposure. He's going to make splash plays just like breathing. You can rest assured of that.
In Atlanta, we saw a lot of Steeler Nation show up. Vegas is a prime spot. People have circled this day for. When you see that kind of support, what does it mean to your team, and how much does it affect your team?
We appreciate it, but we don't take it for granted. And I just think that that's the appropriate mindset to have. We don't expect it, but it's appreciated. And particularly when you're this far away from home, oftentimes I've come to understand, and I educate our players, is not the fact that our fan base travels, it's just the fact that our fan base is. Our West Coast Steeler Nation members get an opportunity to see us when we're out west. Early on, I thought maybe they were traveling from Western Pennsylvania, but I just think that we got a worldwide fan following that has really appreciated it. And oftentimes when we're on the west side, it's just those fans get an opportunity to see us in person.
And they're always very happy to do it. Coach, thanks, and have a great game.